Okay, so today we're back in a location that we photographed. Late summer, very early fall, just south of the small community of Avening here in Central Ontario. Now, if you recall back then, we did shoot a red barn. We photographed a pond. We photographed a nice fence with some fall colors growing through the fence from some of the leaves on the trees and so on. Today, totally different conditions. January the 17th. Minus 18 degrees Celsius, 3-4 feet of snow in the fields. Got the snowshoes with me today. So we're going to do the same hike. It's about 6 kilometers. It's not a big hike, but we allow about 3 hours for it, for stopping and taking pictures and also trudging through deep snow. So it can be quite a bit of work. But hey, it's Gary here with Gary Clayton Photography. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's head out and see what we can see. So yeah, minus 18 degrees Celsius today. Chilly. Beautiful blue sky. Clear blue sky, bright sunshine. You don't really feel the sun, it's just cold. But you know what? On the news this morning, as I was having my coffee, it said, the fine people in Russia woke up today to minus 67 degrees Celsius. Minus 67 degrees Celsius. My minus 18 feels almost tropical. I should just go home and put on my shorts. I mean, really, minus 67. Wow. Those Russians, they're tough. Right across here, you can see the snow of the field, the tall pine trees, the farm home, and the red barn. Hills behind. Over this way, you can see some more tall pine trees with snow on them. It's a very pretty scene. So this is where we're going to set up, just over here a little bit. We do have the snowshoes on now. Check them out. There you go. New snowshoes. We talked about those on the last video, about needing snowshoes for this kind of stuff. Well, we did get them, and it makes my job a whole lot easier. So hey, we're going to set up a tripod. We're also going to launch the drone, assuming it's not too cold for the battery. I have tried to keep the battery warm. I won't tell you how, but I have tried to keep the battery warm, so maybe we can get the drone up. We'll do that first, then we'll set up, we'll take some shots. Okay, so first of all, way too cold for the drone. The drone battery just did not like that and just will not go. So there's going to be no drone for us today. However, we are set up on the tripod. I'm using my Canon 5D Mark II. I've got my 28 to 135mm kind of go-to lens on there, and we're taking the shot of the red barn with the tall pine trees, the white snow-covered field. So that's the shot we're taking today. Now, I have an ISO of 100, I have a focal length of 90mm, and I have an f-stop of f11. And even though, and today it's so bright, so even with that, I still got a 1/500th of a second shutter speed. So yeah, super bright today. But that's the shot. Let's take it. Let's see how we make out. Fingers are super numb. There's the shot right there. Let's see what it looks like in post. Okay, we're going to move on from this location. I'm going to move across the field a little bit, and then we're going to head out back onto the dirt path and the dirt road again. Let's see what else we can find. Okay, so we found a composition here, and what we're looking at this really kind of old weathered tree, and there's a few of them in a little clump around here. And off in the distance you can still see the red barn. Now I'm very close to the tree. There's a big ravine behind me. So what I did was I changed lenses. I've gone with my 17 to 40mm lens. I have a focal length of 24mm right now. I have an f-stop of f11. I have a shutter speed of 1/450th of a second. We're going to take the shot. If I can feel my fingers. And there it is. Once we get that into post, we'll be able to see what it looks like. And if it looks like anything at all worth showing, I'm going to show it to you now. Now, I'm going to move around the other side of this same tree. I'm going to try to get a shot of the tree, but looking directly into the sun, and see if we can get a starburst of the sun in the background. Don't know if that's going to happen, but hey, it's a thought. Let's have a look. Oh boy, the fingers are cold today. I wonder how those Russians are making out. Man, because my fingers are frozen. Still, it's a tropical -18. So I just set up for the shot directly into the sun. I have an f-stop of f22. Very difficult shot to do because it's such a bright day, bright sunshine, blue sky, white snow, very dark tree. It's also, as I'm looking into the back screen of the camera, it's almost impossible to actually see the image as the end result. So it's very hard to see what I'm getting. So what I have done is, I've taken a few shots, a couple of shots under, a couple of shots over, a couple of shots of what the camera tells me is exposed, and we'll go from there. We'll see how those turn out. But hey, it's really interesting. Too bad we can't get the drone up today, but you know what? These snowshoes are working out great, because where I am right now isn't about 4 feet of snow, and there's no way without these snowshoes I would be here. And I'm stood right on top of the snow, not a problem. As soon as you take them off, you sink in 3 or 4 feet. So yeah, the snowshoes are working out great. Fingers are cold. Sun, it's staying pretty low on the horizon. But you know what, as I say, it's January the 17th. It's just that time of year. But it is pretty in here. It's actually beautiful. So we're going to pack up from this location, and we're going to head back out to the small dirt road, and we're going to carry on, see what else we can see. Okay, so we just came out of the field where we were shooting the barn, the old tree. We're back on the dirt road, or dirt pathway now. Snowshoes are packed on my back, and we're continuing on this hike. And it's really kind of fun. Again, as I said, it's cold, but you know, it's nice and bright out. Could be a lot worse. There's only a little breeze, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, one thing we do have here, I've said this before, in fact I said this the last time we were on this particular hike, we do have 4 distinct seasons here. We really do have winters, but we have nice springs, beautiful, beautiful summers, 85, 90 degrees Fahrenheit, awesome falls, gorgeous fall colors. We are really lucky living here in Ontario. We do have a lot to see. Okay guys, so right here, I'm just going to point the GoPro towards what I'm looking at. Snow-covered field, a tree kind of by itself with a cedar fence around it. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to kind of isolate that tree, and I'm trying to take a shot just handheld of the field, the snow-covered field with that tree by itself, with the cedar fence and then the valley below. So let's just see how that turns out. It's just a handheld shot. Yeah, let's see what happens. You know, every time you kind of get out with the camera, it's amazing what you see. And no matter how many times I do the same kind of walk or the same kind of hike, I see something different. I mean, all around me, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful winter landscape. Well, just take a look all around, and as Adam would say, 360 degrees. But yeah, you know, all the way around, just absolutely gorgeous. And every time I come out here, I see different things. And every season is totally different. Having said that, it's also very hard to come up with a composition. Sometimes it's too busy. Sometimes there's just not enough character. I can't explain it really. It's just, it's hard. It's a challenge to come up with the composition, but it's still beautiful. Okay, so as we hike down the road here, we'll review a little bit of the gear I'm using today. So for my still photography, I'm using my Canon 5D Mark II. Yes, it did come back from service. It's working fine. Although on a day like today, it goes through batteries pretty quickly. Right now, mounted on that Canon, I have my 28 to 135mm lens. That's kind of my everyday, all-around go-to lens. I also have my 17 to 40mm lens, which we've used today. My L bracket, which is pretty much on there all the time. If it's not the L bracket, then it's a wrist strap. For my video, and I did get an email about this, a young person wanted to know what I used to record my video. Well, I'm using right now a GoPro Hero 5 Black. Now, I use it pretty much most of the time. I do have a GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition, which I also use. One of the reasons I use GoPro is I do a lot of underwater photography. And for my underwater video, GoPro do a good job. So I'm trying to do two things with one camera, if you will. And that's my vlogging videos, as well as my underwater videos. So that's primarily the reason why I use the GoPro. I'm not saying the GoPro is the best for the video. It's just what I use. I have looked at other things, and I continue to look at other things. I've looked at the Canon G7X. I've also looked at the Canon SL2 for around 800 or 900 Canadian dollars. That seems to be a reasonable camera that could be used for a variety of things, and it would make a really good little vlogging camera too. So hey, who knows? But right now I'm using GoPros. Now right here, there's a row of cedar fencing that's just kind of blessed by a little snowfall. So we're going to take a few minutes here, and we're just going to try to hold a few shots, just see if we can capture a little something in here, just for fun, as we're kind of starting to head our way back towards the car now. We're going to go down this hill, we're going to make a right turn, we're going to head back up to the car, and we're going to head to the studio. But of course, we will be stopping for coffee on the way. But hey, let's see if we can capture a little something here, because it does look so pretty. Yeah. Kind of like that. If you're a regular viewer of my YouTube channel, thank you, by the way, for being a regular viewer. But you'll know that in December I was doing underwater photography on the north coast of Cuba. That was great. I love underwater photography. I love just about everything to do with photography. My next international trip, or out of Canada trip, will be in March. In March, we're going to shoot for about 8 days the Lake District in England, and also I think I have 1 or 2 days in the Yorkshire Dales in England. So that's going to be the next kind of out of Canada trip or photography expedition that I do. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're getting gear ready for that now, and checking the maps, looking at all the areas we're going to go and shoot. If you recall, I was there last March too, and it was a great experience. November, I'm thinking of Iceland again. I was in Iceland about a year ago last November, and I've been thinking about going back there. So that might be coming up in November. Anything else? Who knows? We'll see. But that's the trips and photography expeditions that we have planned right now anyhow. Yeah, just thought I'd fill you in and let you know that.